Hi everyone, welcome back. I hope that you all are doing well. I am doing okay. Today we're going to be making one slimline card. I'm trying to do a series of slimline card from start to finish, so it takes me a while to figure out how I want to get them done, and I don't want to bore you with that. So what we're going to do is a start to finish, but we're going to keep it as simple and quick as possible. I'm using this Cartabella. It is from Christmas Wonderland. I believe it's from 2015. It is double-sided. It's very, very, very thick. Too bad it's not one solid because I could use this as my card base. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a black sheet of paper. Yep, black for Christmas. Who would have thunk it, right? So we're going to go ahead and keep the same measurements that I have been using. Our card is going to measure 9 by 8, okay? So how I get that is I just cut off 2 inches from the 11 side and half an inch from the 8.5 inch side, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this down, and I'm gonna just do all this and come back. Okay, so our paper is now 9 by 8. I have scored on the 8-inch side to get a even fold of 4 by 9. Okay, I'm going to use my thumb to crease. Then I'm going to take my bone folder and reinforce that crease, turn it over, and do the same thing. So even though it's black, it's okay. Don't fret by that, okay? It's okay. Now I'm going to take my other paper, which has run away because it heard that I was destroying paper today. You don't want to know how much paper I've destroyed. So now I'm going to make this 4 inches by 9 inches. Well, a little under 4 and a little under 9. 1 inch below 4 and 1 notch below 4 and 1 notch below 9. So I'm just going to come over here and I'm going to go to the 4 and 1/8 before the 4th. So if you are a math whiz, you know what that is. I just say 1 notch before. It makes it easy. You don't have to pull out the slide rule and all the other stuff and figure it out. Math and crafting, who would have knew? If you're using 12 by 12 paper, you want to cut off 3 inches. So right before the 3. Right after the 3. In that regard. So I'm going to turn it around just to make it easier. So I'm going to go to the 3 where I have my this white line. I'm just going to go 1 notch above there because I don't have to do 2 cuts. That's the only reason why I did it that way. And now we're going to come on over and we are going to see if she did it right. Did she do it right? Yes, she did. I'm going to cut off another 1/8 of an inch only because I cut off two 1/8 math in the length portion. So now the width is too wide, a little bit wide. Whenever you do that, be very mindful and careful. My paper trimmer acts funny when I have to cut off small slivers. Your paper trimmer may not show out on you, but mine does. So I always go a little bit above it, a little bit wider than just so I am not tempted to throw the paper trimmer out the window. And so now here we go with this. And this is looking good. Yep. So now I have to decide on what the heck I'm going to put on it. I don't know yet, but I wanted to use some of this stickers as well, just because I thought that would be really cool. And I like this snowman setup, and it's going to work well. So we're going to have a long card, a portrait versus landscape. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this down, and I'm just using Aleene's Aleene's Tacky Glue. And I'm just going to, I was making a book. Did I already show that video? I think I did. I was making a book, and I glued the wrong side down. thankfully I just was able to wipe the glue off and use it normal. Yay me. Sometimes if you try to crank out too much creativity, mistakes will be made, and they will be made hard. You will have hard mistakes made. And some mistakes are great, happy accidents, right? I've been watching Bob Ross documentary-esque, people that use content and reuse it and make it their own. I've been watching a lot of that lately on YouTube, because sometimes, even though I like crafting, I don't want to watch a lot of craft videos. But I have been looking for tutorials on specific things, and no one but one person trained me. So I'm going to watch a few just to see. And sometimes when you watch tutorials, it's not always going to work out for you the way you hope. People can recommend all the time, oh, so-and-so is a very good fill in the blank. And so-and-so just makes it hard for you to understand. So I'm going to measure this to make sure I'm not wasting this sticker, because I don't want to waste the sticker. I want it to be well thought out. I'm going to see, this is going to work great because it's like snowflake paper. This is a long snowman, is it not? I think we're going to put it right here. Okay. And I don't have my snowflakes here, but that's okay. I'm just going to rub this in with my hand for a while, and I'll be back. All right, so I put these two little poinsettias at the top. I think that's going to add a nice little flair to it. And then we're just going to put the cheeriest of seasons, and we're going to call this card done. Of course, I got to do something to the inside. Now, this card paper that I use that's too small. I'm going to put this right back inside of here. And I am going to see about this. So that's perfect. All right, so I'm going to use this Christmas greetings. I think will fit inside of there. These, I don't have the back to it, but these came from a magazine. I got it in a D-stash, but it's a magazine set. I've seen that same style floating around the internet. So you can probably get it. And I dropped the paper that has the back on it. Let's see if I can find it for you real quick. So this is how it looks. It says Happy Holiday 21 Vintage Christmas Stamps. And this is how it's set up. And it's from a magazine, probably a Christmas magazine or something. The one thing that I do not really like about the magazine setup is that we don't always get the same thing as the people where the magazine is manufactured gets. I get it. I understand. I know a lot of people they get upset that we get things that they don't get, and vice versa. I remember I was in a group. I'm still in the group, but I remember when Hobby Lobby had all their yarn for 75% off, and people were like, oh, I'm so jealous, blah, 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 blah. And then, like, the same day I saw somebody do a haul video from, like, Poundland. I was like, if I could get to Poundland, I'd have no Poundlands left, right? But, each country has its own great qualities, and then it has its crappy qualities. So it's just something to keep in mind about. I probably could have just used a smaller sheet of paper for that. And I was thinking I could layer this up. I was like, why would you layer this on top of that when it's already there? Sheets sometimes don't think. That's why. All right, so we're going to go ahead and run this through. I keep wanting to say the scan and cut. I have no desire to scan or cut anything today. Today is going to be a day of hustle and bustle because I have to get groceries. I have a trunk full of junk. Not junk in a trunk, a chunk. Not junk in a trunk, but a trunk full of junk. I need to get out. Where's the groceries going to go, Brandy? I think we don't need to do two. We could just do one. I've used this a few times and it's starting to bow. I've been turning it, you know, over inside out and all of the crap because I have heartburn with this thing. But we won't discuss that. And I think what I will do, maybe if I back it on black. So let's see if I run. I'm always worried that it's going to be too large. See, yeah, maybe a little bit too big. But we're going to see. I'm going to run a black strip of paper through and see how it looks. And you can just leave a comment in the comment section saying I wouldn't do that anymore if I were you. Or, yeah, that looks okay. Or, meh. All right, so I think I'm going to leave it like this. It doesn't look bad to me. So I'm going to leave it just like that. I am going to use some adhesive tape. You know, Brandy hasn't been using this adhesive tape. And I need to. So we got this right here. Do 2 strips. And I am putting this in the mail, so I don't want to put any little gems on there, but I really do want to put gems on there. And I have been known to pay extra 50 cents or however much they're charging us for fluffy cards. All right, and I'm going to do the same thing with this. I was looking for my sequins, and I could not find it. See, and I'm gonna be mailing some of these cards across the water, and shipping, although I think is fairly fast, the price to ship it is ridiculous. So let's just get out a gel pen. And I'm not sure if you can tell, like the stamps out and it makes it look like it's snow on top of that. So that's really cute. But I'm going to go ahead and just trace. I could have embossed it. If you're thinking, Brandy, why don't you just emboss it? You know my struggles. Why? Why would you want me to struggle like that? I need to get over that, though. Either get over it or get rid of it. So I'm just going to dot the I's, cross my T's, underline greetings. Come over here and mess all of this up. These are stickers. I don't know if that's going to actually work. And now we get to put the inside together. All right, so we have our insert for our card. And we're just going to put it there. I know this is probably not like a traditional color, but I think that these colors, the cardstock is so dark that I use. It's a Christmas cardstock that I use, that I think it just lends itself to allowing black to be the card base. If that makes any sense at all to you all. It makes a lot of sense to me. So we're just going to go ahead. The good thing about having one solid sheet of paper and not having a stamped image on the back is that you can put glue on whatever side and it will not mess up, right? I don't know. Because I definitely screwed up some gluing recently. I wasn't paying attention. You know, have you ever said, don't do that. Don't do that. And you still do that? That's me. I like this card. I want to keep it for myself. See? Whenever you create something and you want to keep it for yourself, that's when you start feeling yourself, right? You be like, oh yeah, I did a good job. I just like it. I like the colors. I like what the little kids are doing. They're coloring up this, and this is a tall. So this snowman is more of a vintage style snowman, I think. You know, it's the longer one. Then I don't know what's going on with that. I'm just rubbing this in a little bit before I burnish it down. What was I gonna say? You know, it's a tall snowman. It's not. It's like Frosty. Frosty has a whole body. It's not like 3 little circles of snow, 3 balls of snow. All right, so I don't know what that is. Let's see if I can erase it. If I can't erase it, I'm gonna have to plop. I was gonna plop something on it anyway. So yeah, let me right there in that little spot. We're gonna put some stickers on there. The little roommate is up, so I am done with crafting for the morning. We're just going to do the same thing on the inside that we did on the outside. And I actually am going to leave that spot there because I want to put these in the corner here at the bottom and here at the top. You know, I once would be upset if I had bought some stickers and it said 100 stickers and you get like 5 solid big images and then you get a few more smaller and smaller. But these little tiny pieces come in handy really well when you're doing like embellishments like that. So I'm just going to turn this over. I'm going to burnish this down once more. And I want to call this project done. So this is the second video in my little slimline video series that I'm going to be making. I think I'm going to do 10 total. I'm going to do 5 Christmas cards. Well, 15. 5 Christmas, 5 Halloween, and 5 fall, Thanksgiving-ish. I'm working backwards, right? Because Christmas is farther away than the other days. But, you know, I can probably bust out a Halloween card once I get everything cut out and stuff. But all these are off the cuff, off on fly. I just looked at the paper and made something. So that's what we have. This is number 2. Hopefully you've checked out video number 1. This is the inside. So thank you all for watching. Until next time, happy crafting.